Hello, everyone. Welcome to another stream of Little Learning Machines. So happy to have you here. My name's Fiona. I'm the community manager. We're just really excited to show you off a little bit of the game. We're going to be training one of these little machines today, a specific behavior. So stay tuned to figure out what we're thinking, and I'll pass it over to you.
I'm Nick Counter. I'm co-directing this project. We are Transitional Forms, kind of an AI entertainment company. We've worked on previous projects like Agents, and that was on sale just last week. Check that out. Or check out our last stream that was on Friday.
Yeah.
To go over all that kind of stuff. I won't repeat everything, but we could talk quite a bit about that. There was also a stream about Agents. If you're interested, it's 50 cents, something like that. Go pick it up. Play it in VR if you can. But other than that, we're going to be training a little RL agent today. On the last stream, we trained some of the most basic behavior, which is collecting crystals, and we trained one to learn how to water flowers, which is a bit more of an advanced behavior, but we can show you kind of maybe some more difficult kind of behavior. I think we're thinking of doing 2 agents training at once, which is even crazier. So cross your fingers it works.
We hope it works. For anyone who wasn't here for the last stream, Little Learning Machines is an artificial life simulator where you train cute little machines to do pretty much anything you can think of, and you all train it using real machine learning, specifically reinforcement learning. So that's kind of the tagline for the game and the little premise there. It's basically all powered by reinforcement learning and how you reinforce these agents' actions to do other cool things. So the world is very bland. Right now, this is how it starts, but you can edit it. But let's get into training. So last week, we kind of discussed how prior to training these agents, they don't really do anything. They kind of just wander around. They're pretty clueless. They don't have any purpose because you haven't taught them to do anything yet. So that was just a brief, really quick roundup on what we talked about last week.
Since they don't since they don't really have any kind of loves or fears in their life or any company, you can see their bar right over them right now. It's kind of a placeholder UI, but if they don't kind of interact with things they love or have company, they kind of get lonely and stuff. So a big part of training them will be to make them enjoy their lives or enjoy doing whatever you want them to do, whether it's playing with a dog or setting the dog on fire.
Things get chaotic.
Okay. So we're gonna be interacting with the ball, which is an interesting item. It's one of the more collect items. I do know that there's a little visual bug with it in training mode, but I'll explain it. We'll get over it.
Should I put down how many? Just one?
Okay, so here we should let's set this up properly maybe. So let's choose 2 agents to put in here. Who do we want in here?
I'm just picking 2 random ones.
Bring the egg guy in because I like them.
They're very cute.
Yeah. So we can have Billy Bob and Eggman, and so like we kind of talked about last time, so we're now in the training cloud. So when we kind of we set up a little environment and then give each character different kinds of positive and negative feedback, which is just through love and fear. So right now what do we want? Do we want them to kind of be doing the same thing? Do we want them to both just love playing and kicking with the ball, or maybe make them a bit different?
Maybe let's make them different. Let's see how you can do not the same action, but a similar action in different ways. I think would be cool.
So so there's two ways currently to interact with the ball. There's you can just if an agent is in front of it, it can just kick the ball. They can also grab the ball, and when they're holding it, they can do a drop kick and kick it even further. So those are kind of 2 different things. So maybe we can just train one to hold on to the ball and kick it, and maybe the other one to just go towards the ball and do like a regular kick.
Sounds good. So is it
then,
hitting this with a ball? That one?
That's a different one. That's an advanced behavior. We can try that maybe after.
Sounds good.
I think it's like, so holding on to ball, we should give it like a little reward. Always keep that little because as you can see, like it says every turn. There's gonna be a few more options depending on like how complex and how deep you want to get into the training. But that means that every single turn that it's holding onto the ball will be like, good job, buddy, but like a little bit.
Just a sprinkle.
A sprinkle. And then we can add like a bigger one. It can be as high as we want. To let's see. There's currently a long list of maybe using in the ball.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. So this means that we're gonna like encourage this little guy to like hold on to a ball, and then also encourage him to kick it. So kind of like learn to follow the ball, learn to love the ball. Like that's basically it. Right now it knows nothing. It doesn't even know what a ball is. So hopefully it can figure that out. I would say for this other person, let's just say like maybe move closer to ball 1. Which means like whenever it's moving closer to the ball, we'll give it a thumbs up, and whenever it kicks the ball, we can give it a bunch.
Just kicking. There it is.
Nice.
Okay.
So the one thing about this is now the next part is setting up kind of like training environment so that it's optimal to train for. So right off the bat, like we can probably maybe build some walls, like kind of increase the play area a little bit. So because the ball itself bounces around, but if they kick it into the water, they can't get it because they can't swim.
Yeah.
So if they like happen to just kick it into the water, then basically they're going to be training for no reason, and they'll just be wasting time. So it's always good to kind of build some walls up around them. Keep that in mind. So I think this will work. It might be chaotic.
A little bit. Nothing wrong with that. I want to like leave a window in, but I don't know.
Yeah, leave a little window so we can see. I don't think they can kick it over 2. We'll see pretty quickly, and we can always change it after. So I would add I would just add quite a few balls right now, just to begin with, so that they can like learn what the ball is quickly. Because as we mentioned before, like since they know nothing, they understand that there's something there, but they don't know what that is. So in order to kind of like receive some sort of positive feedback, they just have to by chance do that action. So in order for I think it was Billy Bob on the right, in order for him to receive a positive reward for holding the ball, he has to, for the first time ever, he needs to at least walk over and grab that ball by accident. Because if he doesn't, then he'll never receive that positive reward. And basically, we just gotta like, over time, keep being like, yep, hold on to that ball, keep holding onto the ball. But I think this is good. You can see, so there's a little glitch here where the ball when we're in the training simulator, in the training cloud, it doesn't animate when it's bouncing. So it's just gonna like you're just gonna see the balls kind of just like appearing and disappearing.
Magic.
Yeah, exactly. What I've trained this behavior before. Whoa! They just happen to they're picking it up and they're kicking it.
Yay.
So right now we can kind of like let them do that. This is a kind of behavior you need to like keep an eye on as well. So if we go into the reward settings, just the views, as you can see, they haven't received a checkpoint yet, so we can wait to see what kind of rewards they're getting on this first playthrough. But this is kind of like one that if you kind of forget to come back and check on them, this is a weird behavior, because since we're just rewarding them to like kick the ball, they're gonna find the optimal way to like kick the ball like as best as they can, to receive them as many rewards as they can, because they're basically addicted to rewards. So I guarantee one of them will learn to just kick a ball into a wall in front of it. Just do that forever. And so that's the kind of behavior you don't want to have. But yeah, they're gonna do their thing here for a little bit. If we just leave these guys here right now, Fiona, we can go into like a different training cloud and just like describe some of the other items we have in here.
Sure, let's do that. Alrighty.
Nice. All right. So currently there's we just have like the starter set of items, and there's kind of like a mix between some like kind of like classic. I love the real-time OBS switcheroo.
Gotta be efficient.
Yeah, so we have like a mix between like a couple of like natural things. We have and then some classic kind of like a club, which is the bone. Put that on. Oops, that's the ball.
Oh, that was weird.
There, yeah. So there's a bone right now. With the bone, you can like hit the ball. You can hit other things. You can basically use the bone to hit different things, and depending on what you hit, different things will happen. There's a crystals, which is what we showed last week or on Friday, which can be collected. Lots of the quests in the main world require the agents to navigate really difficult terrain to increasingly difficult terrain to kind of collect crystals. So like it's at first it's just like, oh, like just collect a few around you, but then over time it's like, can you truly navigate like a maze? Can you navigate fire? Can you navigate all these different kind of things to collect these crystals without failing? We got an axe, classic. The axe can basically cut down trees. Currently it cuts down blocks, but we'll be replacing that with a shovel, so it kind of can dig stuff. We have trees. The different trees kind of like our cacti, and depending if they grow in the water or whatever, they're different sorts of trees. They have different kind of states where they grow from a sapling to a larger kind of like apple tree, and then can reproduce. So they're important for like kind of blocking areas off, or just for gardening in general. So you can like use them to, I don't know, landscape your area. We've got lots of seeds. We got lots of flowers. Oh, this was the bottom flower. We got lots of fire.
Fun.
So all of these items have like interact with each other in very different ways, and the agents themselves can interact with them. So like I said, with just a few of these, like every single item that we continue to add in, we're gonna at least, I don't know, I'm not sure, I think we're aiming for 32 different items soon by release. They kind of like exponentially increase the complexity of the world because they kind of interact with all others consistently. So a lot of it will be like trying to explore and see what possibilities exist between the interactions of these items and the agents. So these are some of like the classic ones right now. But there's going to be more creative ones. We have musical instruments that we're working on. We have, we showed in the last video, one that isn't in this, just for a current, just for the current build, which is a block maker. We can have agents that know how to create blocks, create bridges, all sorts of more complex kind of tasks. But yeah, these are the ones for the beginning. Do you want to check in on how the ball guys are doing?
Yeah, let's take a look. Oh, their training stopped.
Oh.
That's not very nice.
No.
It's rude.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta watch them.
Totally. Did they get a checkpoint?
Let's see. I don't think so.
How they get stopped training before the checkpoint?
That's unfortunate. I'm gonna say I haven't heard one, and usually you hear it.
Yeah, you would see some bars. They would have definitely completed, but so we'll see. Give them a bit more time.
Here, as they train though, we can show you some of the different styles that, like cosmetics, that NMO or the Little Learning Machines has to offer.
Yeah.
Let's go into a different little cloud here just to show them off. So we saw the little egg one, super cute. We love that. Nick, do you want to kind of like expand on like how these will actually be used?
I forget which ones are here. Raymano. So currently, with this build, that all the characters just have come with pre-made cosmetics that they are just assigned to. But within the game, the agents, as you kind of unlock different personalities, as the agents like learn new things over time and develop their personality, they unlock different kinds of cosmetics. So currently, I think we just have some pretty classic kind of attire. I think we're gonna get pretty weird with them eventually, but we just had to get some of these in. But you know, you get some, and all these mix and match, so you can have like, you know, the cool ball, like cool Romano right there. Lily, some glasses nerd stuff. I don't know, which one's your favorite?
I like the egg one. I think it's so cute.
Yeah, I think that egg one's my favorite too.
The egg one or Lily. I love Lily's little dress. I think she's adorable.
Yeah. And as you can see, they also like have different shaped heads and stuff, which means in the game, like they all have their individual kind of brains and their individual way of seeing. So some can see further than others. Some can see like in different ways than others. Like currently in this build, they all just see right around them in about a 5x5 square ring. But so they have a really short vision. But as we increase, as we like start updating the different agents themselves, some will be able to see a lot further, except for they'll be harder to train. So you'll get those kind of later in the game. A lot of Little Learning Machines is, you know, like starting with a few of these agents, going through the quests, learning how to train, and developing different personalities. So and then gaining more and more of these little guys as you complete and move through the different quests.
Yeah, they're so cute. All the different ones. Okay, we have some checkpoints. Some checkpoints are happening. Exciting events.
Yeah. This guy. All right. So currently, as you can see, if we like look at these checkpoints, these early checkpoints are always a bit random because they're still kind of like learning early behaviors. So it's always good to like let them have a good 5 checkpoints before you start noticing a real trend, or when you start really wanting to like before you start seeing like a big change in things. But so currently, you know, they're by chance holding on to the ball and also kicking it. So I think it's done it a few times. As you can see, like on the right where it says like a heart and 31. Beside each one, it's like how many times they've been rewarded for that behavior each time, each playthrough. So as we explained like on Friday, like what's happening actually is like you're seeing them kind of like in real on what we see as like kind of like real time, but in the back, the way they're training at like I think 10 times speed. So they're just simulating through this environment like over and over and over and over and over again, just getting like their like 10,000 hours in for any of these behaviors like as quick as possible. And then so what we see is kind of like just an interpretation of where they are right now. But as you can see, they're getting it. So the ball's a really complicated item as well because it changes space. So when they kick it, it can like leave their vision. So they kind of need to like continue to search for it, and it's a bit more of a complicated one. As you can see, like the rewards are kind of like all over the place. What's the other one's rewards like?
This one's moving closer to and kicking, and the one we were looking at before is holding on to and using.
Okay, so that one's, I think the one that's holding on to and using will be smarter. The moving towards, maybe we could yeah, I wonder, maybe we can keep that in for now.
Okay.
Because it might be, the one thing about moving towards is like it might not know which one it's being rewarded to move towards to. So sometimes like when you want to train something to move towards something, it helps if there's just one thing there. But since they're kind of like surrounded by balls,
Yeah.
they're gonna be like, which one am I? They might like kind of like be confused about why they're being rewarded, basically.
Totally. That makes sense. Here, should we change that? Like the training keeps stopping, so.
Yeah, I noticed the training stopping, which is it's a bug. It's probably fixed in the next build. But yeah, if you stop, then we can kind of get rid of that.
Uh-oh. Okay, holding on to using that one's.
No, he's good.
This is the moving closer to and kicking.
Yeah.
So should we take away some balls, or what do you think?
I think what we could do, and just see if it works, is like maybe only put one ball in here, and then keep the reward and see what happens. Like that might be really interesting.
Yeah, let's try it.
And see if they like. This might work. This is like like we explained on Friday. There's so many different ways to train different kinds of behaviors. You have to be very careful because they're learning. They're learning over time, and if they're learning, you can definitely train bad habits almost as easy as you can train good habits, or maybe even easier. So it's always a challenge, and kind of depending on. You really need to think of the kind of desired personality or behavior to assign the right rewards and create the right kind of like training space.
Totally. You can break them, and you probably will.
You definitely will. You definitely will. I've broken hundreds of them by now.
That's so sad. Okay, I think we're in a little bit of a bug situation right now.
I think it might be.
Maybe if I just remove all these guys, that'll help.
Yeah, maybe it's getting confused. So we are still in we're still in production. We're releasing this game in March or April of next year. So we're still in the process of increasing like complexity, building the story and building the quest. But yeah, there's going to be lots of updates in the next 8 months or something like that.
Totally. Hey, with any good games, there's a set of bugs to go through.
Oh gosh, yeah, for sure. And especially when you're dealing with brains learning in real time.
Yeah, totally.
So I'm not sure if they're training right now.
Not sure either. Kind of feels not.
Yeah, I assume that if it's refreshing. Should we just give it a quick restart?
Yep, no problem. Let me do that.
There we go.
Here, watch the trailer while we do a quick restart. This is a little learning machine. They start out pretty clueless, but they can learn. In fact, you can train them to do almost anything. Little learning machines. The reinforcement learning game. What will you train yours to do? This. Alrighty.
Alright, we're back.
Let's
Back.
get this going again. We're back! Exactly.
Okay, cool. This is a common bug with these builds. They're a little bit unstable when we like go and start training multiple machines at once.
Totally. So their history is still the same, the rewards are the same, everything's good. So let's try this again with one ball and two of them to see if they start playing some catch.
That would be pretty cool. And then if we can get them to play this, if we can get them to Oh, there we go. Nice.
Yay.
If we can get them to do this, there's like kind of like with every behavior as you train it, it gets there's more and more possibilities. You kind of it's what we call not me. I'm not a machine learning expert, but what kind of team in the industry calls like curriculum learning. So like as you're like slowly training certain kinds of behavior, you're training them to like know what the ball is, then to like hold the ball, then to kick the ball, but then you kind of like increase the complexity over time. Even the way that we kind of like started with a bunch of balls and now we just have the one ball. We're gonna see that's kind of like you increase the complexity over time just because they learned already some behaviors before. So we'll see. It seems like they may not have like fully learned to love the ball yet, but we can get that.
I feel like Eggshell likes the ball, but
yeah, Eggshell, yeah, because like Eggshell was trained to kind of hold on to it, but keep it going. Just keep them going. That's another part of this. It's like sometimes they just need to train for a while. So it's like really like there's a lot of like idle elements to this game when you're wanting to train. So it's perfect to play while you're at work or kind of like background. And just up on them. I've like accidentally like I put some things to train and went and did groceries once and they came back and they're like super optimized in a bad way.
Oh no.
Because they can learn so many different kinds of patterns. Oh, I think they're starting to kind of play. Oh, did they
standing on it?
I think they like they're stepping on the ball. I was like
they threw it out.
I was like they didn't like because of the visual glitch where we can't see the ball jumping, I was like, oh no, did they kick the ball out of existence? Because
fair.
I wouldn't be surprised. Okay. All right. See, they're playing now. They're getting they're starting to play. So this is interesting. I've actually never trained this behavior with two at once to kind of like learn to play with the ball. So with like all the different things you can like train them, they can also train to have friends. They can train to recognize each other. They can train to like bullies and enemies, agents that they don't like, all sorts of different stuff like that. And so like what we're mainly showing right here is actually just the training cloud. But in Little Learning Machines, the game, what exists is you have your main island that we showed at the beginning of the stream where you can kind of customize it. You can like play with your agents, you can make little games and stuff like that. But you actually can bring your agents to different islands. And on each different island, you interact with new kinds of objects, new NPCs, and new agents as well. So you continue to gain more agents, find new NPCs, and also find new items and quests, basically. And they get pretty hard pretty fast. But there's always space to kind of just do your own thing and develop their personality and develop their friendships with each other.
Totally. There's structure, but also space to like, exactly. Figure it out. Be yourself.
So there's a lot of sandbox elements to this game, but because reinforcement learning, there is so much potential to know about the best ways to kind of train these things. We introduced like a quest system where we kind of like we can hold your hand to some extent, getting you into like the basics of like reinforcement learning, like when to give positive rewards, when to give negative rewards, when to maybe like remove rewards, when to change their environment, like how much to babysit them, how long to like. So there's so many different kind of elements that we're kind of like, teach you through the quests, especially with more complex items and behavior. Like if say like an item requires two agents to use it, or kind of like requires like multiple levels of like thought process for the agents to learn. Those kind of things like require like quite a bit of like planning when it comes to like the best ways to optimize for training. But that's actually like why why we kind of made little learning machines in the first place and why we got into this is because like we've developed this system and we've trained really smart agents, but what's actually interesting is I'm kind of positive that the audience will be able to train smarter ones than us because there's basically an unlimited way of training them, and you can get the same behavior or the same kind of personality or through completely different ways. Did we just have to restart the training?
Yeah.
We...
There's one where you have to restart it, and then it seems like every time it like resets the environment, it like the rewards pop up, which is interesting.
Oh, I know what that bug is, but did it stop the training?
Not the first couple times, but the last time it did.
Okay. Yeah, there's a bug currently where if you have one highlighted and it restarts the world, they'll just open their menu.
Interesting.
It's not interesting.
It's different. Come on, little friends. So yeah.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say, so this highlight, like what we were just referring to, is how far they can see. I know we talked about it, but like specifically, like this is what they can see. So right now the ball is out of their vision, and that's why they're kind of just chilling in this corner.
Yeah, totally. And so now he can see it, but he's still kind of like, they still have a mind of their own, just because like if you train them for a long time, they're gonna hyper optimize, but they're always kind of thinking through different things. Basically, they're making, like, depending on the environment, depending on what they see, they kind of like make an educated guess on what is their kind of like favorite move to move to next. Like, what is their favorite next action based on like all of their previous learning in their life, and they can, because of that, plan multiple. Like they can see into the future, make kind of plans to do things. We showed a video last Friday about of Sneaky in beast mode, an agent we trained in kind of like when we were building the system to be able to like build bridges and collect crystals and build bridges and use axes and do a very complex behavior, which is exciting because the more items and the more kind of things we make, the more interesting and challenges we can like set up for them.
Totally.
So I just had to check something.
All good, no worries. So they're still learning. They haven't quite plateaued yet. Well, Eggshell Gloria is doing not bad. But our other friend, Billy Bob, is just starting
Billy Bob's shooting off.
Yeah.
And so they're the one who like to hold on to and use.
Yep. So it looks like the using was starting to come up like a lot compared to other times.
So Billy Bob is now like really like kind of like cluing in that when yeah, see,
them go.
There you go. He's just learned to kick it into the wall, basically.
Exactly. Share, Billy Bob, share.
Which doesn't give Gloria any time to. Oh, there you go. So now they're basically gonna fight over the ball.
Billy Bob loves the ball. Like this is.
Yeah. So Billy Bob's figured it out. Gloria's like basically right now Billy Bob's preventing Gloria from learning because like he's basically hogging the ball, which means he's hogging all the rewards. So Gloria's just like kind of like just chasing him.
She's barely got to kick it at all. She hasn't kicked it in like 5 checkpoints.
Let's give Gloria a chance. Let's just play with this idea. Whereas, okay, let's go into Gloria's rewards. Let's see. So right now it's moving towards the ball every turn. I think we can keep that. Kicking the ball every time. Maybe we can like get them to hold onto the ball too, and then that'll give them an advantage to like if it's able to get to the ball first, then it will start learning. And and let's give them.
How much should I give them?
Just a little amount's fine. Like because maybe start with a lot.
Okay.
Like 10 or something, and that's just you're gonna see the the reward bar just jack up. One other thing I was thinking is like, we could put like an axe in here and teach it to just hold the axe, and maybe maybe Gloria could like learn to like eventually take the ball from Billy Bob by hitting him with the axe.
Sharing is not caring for Billy Bob.
No.
Okay. Any other training?
Maybe I think this would be good.
Okay.
I think I think this is good.
Let's move this here and see what happens. Just a slight shift so they're not walking the same way.
So there's one thing I would love to make it do, but right now we're updating the different UI and the kinds of rewards you're able to give them. In this current build, we're only giving rewards based on the agents react kind of like how they're behaving with the environment and items, and not as much to each other. So in the next update, we're going to be able to have them kind of train them with each other individually. So you can be like, I am going to reward them to kick the ball at Billy Bob, or kick the ball at Gloria, or hitting Billy Bob with the axe and then kicking the ball. Like, so you can like kind of like start having them interact a lot more. But in this current build, we're limited to sending the rewards to the environment and the items themselves. Okay, so I think you're gonna see like a huge jump in Gloria over next like couple checkpoints.
Totally. Come on, Gloria, pick it up.
And oh, he's hugging him. He's trying to hug him.
Oh, it's so cute. Love. Oh goodness.
All right. I have high hopes. I'm seeing a little bit of gain in Gloria's.
I have high hopes as well. Come on, Gloria. Pick it up.
Come on, Gloria. Pick it up.
Don't just walk.
Oh,
Oh!
no.
Oh! The destroyer. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh gosh. I don't think he knows what he's doing.
He has no clue.
He's like normally when I do this with a ball, it like is very different, but
Oh, no, don't jump. Don't do it. Oh.
yeah, he's there we go. Poor guy. So he's gonna be trapped until
Okay, Gloria, she picked it up though in all that mayhem.
Yeah. Well, actually, what it does is it gives Gloria more chance to play with the ball.
True, this is a good point. There we go.
There we go. Gloria's getting the ball now.
Oh.
Yeah, so a lot of the design for the new items are to encourage like different kinds of gameplays. Like we like the ideas. Like I'm not sure if people saw. I think a couple years ago or 2 years ago, OpenAI released a kind of a machine learning game of tag that they had trained, or hide and seek and stuff like that. So we were always really inspired by their ability to kind of like train different agents to have like different novel solutions to interesting games. So that's like something that we're considering always when we're putting in items, is like what kind of like novel situations do we think that the agents can kind of potentially kind of discover, or like discover for us or discover for themselves. So so you can see right now, yeah, he's Billy Bob's like just able to he's just figured out basically that he can just kick the ball against the wall, and then Gloria's just kind of screwed.
So what I'm seeing here is Billy Bob's a really good only child.
Yeah, basically he just likes to play by himself. One thing we could do maybe actually is oh, okay. Let's see, yeah, so Billy Bob's definitely maybe we should take Billy Bob out
Okay.
for a little bit. Just since they're a bit ahead, let's get rid of Billy Bob and just give Gloria a bit of training time on their own. Just so that they can I feel like they're still trying to really learn that the ball is good.
Totally.
They're still kind of wandering around when they see the ball.
Yeah. She's been the only reward she's been getting is going close to it. She hasn't been having the chance to really pick it up or do anything else with it because of Billy Bob.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's the difficulty with the moving close to, because sometimes there you go. Come on.
Come on.
Let's let it do one checkpoint here. Oh my god, sorry. Because I think maybe it's getting confused by the moving close to reward. Because sometimes if it can gain rewards. If it's I get rewards for moving close to this thing. One way that I can gain rewards is moving close to it, running away, moving close to it again, running away, moving close to it again. Which I think is happening here. It's kind of learned to walk around it and walk away from it and walk towards it and walk away from it and walk towards it to some extent.
Exactly.
Oh, there we go. And see that's what they're doing. They're running. Yeah, see they're kind of walking away and then I think learning to kind of walk back towards it.
Totally.
Yeah. So now it's gaining positive rewards for going close to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's the first real turn that it got a lot of rewards for picking it up.
Okay, good.
So
that means
maybe
it's learning a lot then.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
Come on, Gloria.
Come on, Gloria. We need you to play soccer with advantage.
You need to play soccer. You can do it. Like we said, it does take time.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, right now we're focused in on training specific behaviors. There's a lot of customization to do in the main island and with the other.
Yeah. There's so much to do. There's so much else to do while they're training, and that's the nice part, that you can exit the cloud and they stay training. You can minimize the little window, and then if you're editing something over here, you're changing the world, you can just check in on them without going back into the cloud, which is kind of nice. Because then you know when you need to go back.
Okay, here we go.
She's got this.
Oh yeah, I see it going up.
Totally. Oh yeah, 298 last time.
So basically, yeah, to everyone watching, what they're doing is they're just optimizing in the background to try to maximize rewards. Yes,
she did it.
So right now we aren't kind of visualizing what rewards they're receiving each turn, but that will be in the next update. So every turn that the agent takes, it's did it get positive rewards? Did it get negative rewards? Did it just get nothing? So right now, every turn it's just getting plus 10 points because it's holding on to that holding on. So every turn it's just like, yeah, keep going. Every time it's not holding on to it, it's getting nothing. We could penalize it for dropping it. We could penalize it for lots of different things, but right now we're just using positive rewards, like so, teaching it to love. Okay, Gloria's got this.
She's not kicking it anymore, though.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, cool. Come on,
To be fair, her kicking reward is only 1.
Oh, is it?
I think so. Maybe let's fix that.
Yes.
Oh no, it's 10. It's 10.
Okay.
But
We should move. We should bring I love holding onto the ball down a bit less, because now it's like it's getting that for every single turn. So let's bring it down to like 2 maybe.
Sounds good.
And is it moving closer to?
Yep.
Let's just delete that reward. I feel like it's
good on that front.
Making them cheat. Like it's making them like move back and forth, which is when designing this game is really interesting, because like we are building the rewards and we have to like be like, is that a good reward to have in this game? I don't know.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, because you think this reward will operate a certain way, but then as you train with that reward, you're like, oh man, they learn how to kind of like cheat. They're like incredible cheaters. They find novel ways to optimize constantly, and you're like, ugh. Maybe don't do that. Or we need to like change it in the back end to see like what kind of better reward will happen.
It's almost like their logic's different than ours, you know, like the way they
yeah.
process what you're telling them to do is so different than what we think of it, because we think differently than they do. Come on, Lily.
One more
Lily.
checkpoint.
Gloria.
Gloria.
Oh, yay. 2 kicks. 3 kicks.
Alright, I think we can, after one more checkpoint, I think we can try bringing Gloria down into the main island.
Totally.
Let's see. Yeah, so the reason that all of a sudden it looks like it's only accumulating a little bit of positive rewards now, it's because we changed the rewards. It used to be like getting 10 rewards every turn that it was holding the balls, but so now it's only getting 1. We've basically cut the rewards gaining by 10. So that's why it seems like it's getting less rewards, but it's actually learning.
Totally. Okay, should we take her out or let her do one more?
How much time do we have?
We got like 10 minutes.
Yeah, maybe bring Billy Bob back in here.
Yeah, sounds good.
Have them train like one more checkpoint, and then we can take them out and see how they work and see what happens when we put them in the island and surround them by balls.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Let's try it.
Alright.
You got this, little guys. Little things. Little machines.
Yeah, so Sneaky got to it first. Or no, I'm not Sneaky. Gloria got to it first.
Kick it.
He's like, kick it to me.
He's like, pass! Pass! Oh, they're in sync.
He's like, give me the ball.
Why is that so funny?
I think they're just kicking it into each other now.
I think so
because
too.
of that visual glitch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So I think so. Gloria got one. I think they both got one.
Yeah, and no, they definitely used it. Like, Billy Bob definitely kicked it. We just can't tell because it's a glitch.
Like I said, what we're seeing isn't exactly how they're training so fast in the background. So what the kind of progress you see is happening in behind at 10 times speed. Which we're thinking of like interesting ways of how to visualize that.
Totally.
Okay, cool.
Nothing for
Oh yeah, see,
Billy Bob.
Billy Bob got nothing because Gloria's all of a sudden better than them, and so, all right, let's take them out of the island. See if they actually learn properly, like how to deal with this ball.
Yeah, for sure.
All right,
Scared.
put them down in a nice green area.
Exactly. Oh, I forgot to pause. Oh, just kidding. There's no pause.
So they're gonna get they're gonna get lonely out here.
Should I give 2 balls or just 1 for now?
You just put balls everywhere and see what happens. I think like that's the problem with right now. They need to be pet in the real world. They need they need a lot of love in the real world because right now they're not actually gaining. It's not currently changing their mood to be doing the things they love.
Yeah, totally. You just gotta give them lots of attention.
There we go.
Yay!
Gloria.
Okay, the ball animation looks so good here now.
Yeah, you can actually see that the ball moves. It's not disappearing. Maybe bring bring Billy Bob closer to the balls.
Come on, little guy. So one thing like that people might wonder, like, so they learned in the training cloud, and that's where you train them. But are they still learning here in the real world? I guess.
So when they're in the real world, they don't train. So when they're in the cloud, they basically go to sleep. When they're in the cloud, they basically experience time difference. Because since it's reinforcement learning, they're not like humans. They don't learn by just doing something like a few times like humans. Even like if you're training a dog, it's closer to training a dog, but it's actually like way harder because it takes like a lot of repetition. So in order for the reinforcement learning agents to like learn properly, they need to simulate something like thousands of times. It's not like they hold onto the ball and they're like, oh, all of a sudden it's good. They need to reinforce that kind of like behavior through the rewards we're talking about. So like I said, like when they're in the training cloud, they're basically like running in overtime. It's kind of like a time chamber of some sort.
Yay!
There we go.
So
I think like the ultimate goal, like one of my big goals for like for training is like I want to be able to train a whole team of soccer players. So we can also basically set up goals for them to.
That was interesting.
Oh gosh! What's going on?
There's some live QA.
Gloria has like transcended and is now controlling the ball telepathically.
Why is this making me cry? This is so funny. Oh my goodness. Oh. Okay, Gloria. No more, need to give her an exorcism.
Yeah. This is amazing. This happened on Friday too. It's like right the last minute of streaming, there was a glitch.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, it's always after an hour of streaming we find our first big glitch.
No, exactly. Interesting though. It looks like the ball is being triggered by Gloria, but she's way over here.
Yeah, I think something happened where the ball got dislodged somehow from their hand, but is still moving relatively. The ball wants to be somewhere else, that's for sure.
This is really funny. Oh god.
Amazing. So so we're going to be releasing a demo in the next month or so of this with all these items plus a few more refrain, and as well as the first quest island and the first user experience to kind of like train your agent to do some of the first things, collect crystals, You'll have our first NPC, the dog. The dog, you can pet the dog. You can hit the dog with a bone, feed the dog a bone. You can do anything with it. So that'll be coming out soon. Keep following us for kind of updates on the different kind of behaviors we're trying to that we're playing with, or if you have ideas for kind of behaviors you'd like to see trained, let us know. If you have ideas of what you would love to see them do, or ideas of how you'd want to train them, let us know. Join our Discord or do whatever, because we're always kind of that's why we built this game, was to kind of bring reinforcement learning to more general audiences, because normally it's just locked behind a lot of scripting.
Yeah, just basically breaking down that barrier to entry in reinforcement learning. It's something that not a lot of people will take the time or want to understand or want to learn, because you need to have a certain level of understanding before you even get into the aspect of reinforcement learning and the concept of it. So yeah, our goal is to make a really cute, fun game where you're enjoying the game, you're playing the game, it's a great time, but also learning this real world concept that's involved in so many different things, and is such a huge, really cool part. I came into this company not really understanding reinforcement learning at all, and in 4 months I feel like I could talk about it for a little bit. So it's just pretty cool. It's a great intro for sure, for me at least.
And neither Fiona or I are machine learning people. I'm an artist. Fiona's also an artist in social. Fiona's a master of all things, but neither of us know machine learning. But yeah, we've been able to, get them almost to start playing with ball before the ball completely broke out of time and space at the end of the game here.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm just really excited to get this in the hands of people like us who don't have a big background with it, but also people who have a cool background in reinforcement learning and machine learning, because they can appreciate the aspects we've taken out of it. So thank you all. We're coming to the end of our live stream. I'm gonna play the trailer one more time, but really appreciate it. Check out our Discord. The link is in the chat right this second. Head over to all our social accounts, Love, Fear, Learn. And yeah, we're super excited. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely, the most important thing you should do right now, though, is add little learning machines to your wish list so you get notified when we launch and when all the fun, cool stuff happens. Thank you all so much. And with that, I'll play the trailer and we will end. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
This is a little learning machine. They start out pretty clueless, but they can learn. In fact, you can train them to do almost anything. Little learning machines. The reinforcement learning game. What will you train yours to do?